Alright, today I'm going to try to record an Amonkhet Remastered player draft, just so that I can talk through my gameplay and drafting choices and watch it again and see how it goes. So let's jump into it. Player draft is a more balanced way to draft. The bots can fall into pretty predictable patterns, um, but it does take some time you need to set aside. Alright, so Champion of Wits here is just an amazing card. The interesting thing I learned from listening to limited resources is that this format is pretty aggressive. Luckily this guy can block early, give you some card selection, and then come back later. Other considerations here, that's some good aggro creature. Burning Fist Minotaur. Pathmaker Initiative is fine. But I think I'll go with the Champion of Wits, because I just love that card and love blue. Okay, let's see here. This is a pretty great stats. 4-3 for 3. I wish these more card drawing type spells were better, but I need to be thinking about aggro. Blue-green is not a great color combination, I've heard. Still getting used to a lot of these cards. To stay in blue, I could take Riverside Winder as a cycling card, but I love the chunkiness of this one. Just real good stats, so I think it's the best card, and we'll go with that. Trial of Strength. This is interesting. This is a trial that creates a creature, which can block, which is nice. Naga Ritualist. Give us some ramp, which is not necessarily the strategy that we want to be in, but it's never bad. Other considerations here. White is a pretty good color. We could just kind of go for this aggressive 3-1 and then try to figure out if we want to do a green-white. I actually think that's a way I want to try playing. I'm not sure if Binding Mummy is better than Oketra's Avenger here. But we'll go with the super aggressive card. Okay. Farm to market. Draw 2 cards and discard 2 on the market side. Not super aggressive. This is very mana intensive. Maybe I'll just go for a desert here. I'm hoping to be blue-white aggro. I think Champion of Wits is still my best pick. And these cycling lands are good because they allow you to put more lands in your deck without getting flooded. I can't really think of anything else I want, so I'll just go with that. Okay, I got a nice Ophidian here. Whenever this guy's not blocked, you draw a card, but ooh, look at this. Green-white. You may exert on Crop Champion's attacks when you do untap all other creatures you control. 4-4 for 4 is pretty beefy. I would rather be in green-white than blue in terms of kind of what I'm targeting here for colors. So let's kind of plant a flag there. See how it goes. Okay. Nothing aggressive here. Claim to Fame is alright, but not in any of our colors. This guy doesn't seem playable, so maybe We're getting cut a little bit in one or both of those colors. I don't think this is really good though. In fact, all these cards are just kind of junk, which is maybe why they came to us. Maybe we'll just go for this weird combat trick. The cycler. We might play it. Okay, looking to stay aggro here. Naga Oracle is pretty good with Champion of Wits, going for like a graveyard theme. Unquenchable Thirst is a good blue removal spell, in case we want to stay on the blue-white plan. I don't know how good this is. It's a 3/2. Can attack for 5/5. I'm just going to try to stick to aggro. Stay as aggro as possible. Just try it out. Interesting. Recurring 3/3 flying. If you have zombies, which we do not. Probably not zombies in green. I guess we can take a Vitalist here. Well, or the Brawler. What does our curve look like? Don't have a lot of 2s, so we definitely, if we're going to be aggressive, we want to be prioritizing 2s. Okay, this is interesting. This 3/3 for 3 is pretty good. Maybe we're getting cut on white. We may have to think about going into red. I'm not sure if we go into red I want the 2-drops or not, but we'll just take this and put it in our sideboard. A lot of 3/2s for 3 here. I guess we'll just take a desert in case we wind up in red. Strategic planning, just in case we're blue. These cards all seem completely unplayable. This one's not unplayable. We're just not in black at all. Okay. Do we want Evolving Wilds? I guess we're more likely to play it than a blue counter. And last pick, Claim to Fame, which kind of surprises me. And Sandworm Convergence is just an amazing bomb. So now we can think about going into more controlling blue-green ramp. Very excited to get this. Trial of Solidarity is also amazing. Like, that's a really strong. We're probably gonna have to leave white actually, but I really just want to play with Sandworm Convergence, even though it's maybe too slow for this format, because it is awesome. Okay. Oh wow, we could have had a double trial deck. That was probably the way to go. That seems way too slow. There's nothing really here. I feel a little bit trapped by this pick. Maybe we stay on the Trial of Solidarity plan, and because we're not going to go into black or red at this point. We'll just kind of see. Wow. Punished for this. Another on-crop. Champion seems great. Also Binding Mummy as a good 2-drop. And I guess if we're really trying to maximize the convergence, we go this, but maybe we'll just kind of go into a more mid-range green-white deck with some blockers. Feral Prowler, another consideration, but not as strong as On-Corrupt Champion. Okay, yeah, I think I want just some 2-drops here. Looks like We are getting some white, and blue is not really coming in this direction. Neither is green. Happily take another 2-drop here. Yeah, kind of split the difference here on what I thought I was going for with an aggressive green-white deck, but then with Sandworm Convergence up at the top end. Okay. This is interesting. This can kind of bridge maybe our strategies. I don't really want to go for pure ramp necessarily. I think I'd rather just like have this as a surprise late game bomb. And I'll just collect more 2-drops. And I think we found our colors. So might as well take this just in case it gets played. River Hoopy. That's interesting. I might want to rare draft this. Rest in peace. Gate to the Afterlife is more of a controlling card. Yeah, I'm just going to rare draft this. Dauntless Aven. Flying creature that can give me some pseudo vigilance. Some consideration to splashing black here, but that's just not that great. Maybe I will take a little bit of ramp here. I don't know, I can cycle it on turn 2, so it's kind of like a 2-drop. I'm not playing this, but put it in my sideboard just in case. Supply caravans, if you control a tapped creature, create a vigilance. I think I'd rather just have this as an early speed bump. Nice cycling answer here if there's room in our deck. I think it's better than a combat trick, but are there really artifacts we care about? I don't know. Probably won't play it. Alright. More 2-drops. And a monument. Okay. Pax Pride Sovereign. It's a Cat Lord. That seems really good in a green-white deck. What else do we have here? Naga Vitalist for some ramp to get to the Sandworm Convergence, but this guy gets +1/+1 for other cats. I have a couple. Cat Snake. Cool. Wow. Didn't even see that art. And yeah. Can exert this. Works well with that. Make a lot of cats. Seems pretty sweet. Okay, I don't need 3-drops. Let's try to go bigger or smaller. Binding Mummy. Do I have other zombies? I think I may have literal 0 other zombies. Archfiend of Ifnir. And I kind of just want a rare draft for account value here. I don't think I'll be playing a Binding Mummy. So I'll take that guy. Wildcard protection. Oh, okay. So if I was more ramping, this would be a good thing for me to get to 7, but kind of interested in what are my other options here. This seems like a good aggressive green creature. Do have this kind of weird going up to 4 and then jumping to 8, which may wind up cutting this during deck construction. But I think I'd rather stay aggro. Okay. This one is interesting because it can be a 3/4 for 3, which is nice. I would like some green-white deserts. And I don't have zombies. Don't really need more 3-drops, but I think this may be an upgrade over Flash Cat. Or do I just want a binding mummy? It's close. Alright, lots of unconventional tactics. Could just get more 3/1 cats. I mean, if anyone's good against 1/1s, I guess there's lots of -1/-1 counters. It could get punished pretty heavily. But that just seems like a medium 3-drop. 6 cents. I don't really have any evasion, so this seems like wishful thinking. Cool rare. This guy seems better. Feral Prowler. I think I'd rather stay more aggressive. Put the pressure on. Cartouche of Strength. Works pretty good with Trial of Solidarity. Yeah, that's actually a great card. 2/4 zombie, I guess. Naga Vitalist. I don't think I'm really playing the Prowler, so I'll put this in my pool. See how I want to build. I don't need a zombie thing, I guess. This might be slightly more relevant. I don't know. Add or remove counters. Seems better than just a 2/2. And doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Oh wow. It's weird seeing that go so late. Doesn't matter. Okay. I really wish you were a Trial of Solidarity. Because I think the correct thing to do is cut you. As strong as you are. Just go all in on this aggro plan. Let's see, that means this is junk. 17 lands. It's maybe too much if my curve caps out at 4. Although, what if I just keep this in and maybe keep this in. This seems interesting with Exert. So Exert says an exerted creature won't untap during your next untap step. What this means is that I could exert something like Pride Sovereign, and then use this to untap and surprise block with a 4/4. That seems pretty good. Maybe I'm not going to be so cute here. So I got my 3/1 cats. This seems pretty bad. Anything else? Beneath the Sands. I feel like there's got to be some things I want to cut. Maybe we get rid of the Anointer Priest. Or the Feral Prowler. Embalm 4. I always get confused between the two, like Embalm and Eternalize. Eternalize makes it a 4/4. This one just becomes, or stays a 1/3. My trial, my cartouche. I can beat down pretty hard. Maybe I just... Yeah, when am I ever going to have time to cast this? Okay, we'll just keep this in as a fun surprise for the late game if things go bad. Kind of not super focused, but I don't have anything else really aggressive to add. If I had more good, like, aggressive stuff, then maybe I could trim on lands and this, but I'm gonna run like this. Alright, let's see if this is any good. Not a very aggressive start, but it's got lands and spells. So we'll keep. Interesting thing, I don't think anyone's going to be really gotten by this. Unless they're somehow attacking with a 1 and a creature. So insert it into a 3/3. I guess we'll play the Feral Prowler first. Because if it dies, I'm happier with that. Yeah. He'll exert, get 3. Menace, cool. Alright, so I have a win the game card. I think I'm just gonna play super defensive here. And keep this back guy, keep this guy back for menace. I think if he attacks, I will trade. It's 3 for 3, but like, if I draw 3 more lands, I win the game. So let's just try to optimize for that. Okay, let's maybe be mana efficient here. We can also offer the trade. Okay, he's got some removal spells, so maybe I should have held up the Pouncing Cheetah to nullify his mana use. Yeah. On this turn. That's okay. I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. Like, he can hit me for 3 down to 14. Hopefully it plays out something not too big. And then yeah, so this will be interesting. He won't have enough to kill both. Got on my open fire, so yeah, he could get us with a combat trick. Oh, I'm very glad to see this card. So he's not super focused either. Okay. It's fine. I do think we want to trade up for your creature. This is guy's starting to get annoying. Have to imagine ambushing it with the cheetah might have been nice, but I don't know. As it played out, I took care of the 4-4, and I might not have had another way to do that. Okay, so now definitely gonna chump block here just to draw my card. I guess I should have cracked Evolving Wilds first, because that's what I would have fetched, and I really don't want more land. Alright, anything to stabilize. Wow. Okay. Chump. Play a Sandworm Convergence, win the game. Oh, I think it's a pretty sweet plan. Oh, does he have a Sandworm Convergence? That would be silly. Oh. Okay. So I can beat that. Barely. That's a good late game bomb, but not as bomby as my bomb. Oh, and I gain life every time I come in. Maybe I won't jump with this. Okay. Now the question here is, if I block here, I'll take 5 down to 4. And then he doesn't have this next turn. I could, yeah, I think I definitely wanna, oh no, I can't block like that. Oh here, this actually soaks up a lot of life. And then I can embalm this later. I think this is a safer play, so I'll take 4 down to 5, and then he would need 4 damage a pump, yeah. I was thinking I wanted to keep her alive for the life gain trigger. Okay, that's fine. But she's got embalm, so I can just do that. Plug up the board here. There won't be much that you can do now. I think I will have to double block there just to kill it, and then go down to 3. Pump spells I know about only give +2/+2, so I should be safe. How much is this likely to earn me though? So I would 3 life, that's 3 turns of this. The 3 turns I'm gonna win the game no matter what. Okay, well now that makes things pretty easy. Creature control gain +2/+1 at vigilance, so I'll just wait on that. Okay, so now we're trying to figure out, does he have anything that can go over the top? We're in a very comfortable position. I assume he's going to concede in a turn or two. No, he wants to force the issue. Okay, that's interesting. I'm very comfortable making blocks like this. Doesn't really get him anywhere though. I guess I'll keep this just... No, he doesn't have... Does he have vigilance? No. So I guess I'm still not attacking. I was thinking of holding this for discard spell to protect my trial. But he doesn't have black, so... I'll just play these out. I don't think I have any looting effects. And I could pump this up just to force that off the table. I don't see a reason to. Give it one more turn. Next turn we'll get the concession equity. There we go. Guess I could have drawn a couple open fires, but... Alright, that was pretty good. Kind of happy I left Sandworm Convergence in my deck. The plan B really worked out there. Hopefully my plan A is not terrible. I would like to see if an aggressive focus, if this deck can win aggressive games, and looks like what I'm going to be doing here. Trial of Solidarity. Yeah, I mean if we get a land, we go 2-drop into 3-drop into Trial. If we don't get a land, we go 2-drop into 2-drop into 3-drop into Trial. I think we're going to keep this. Now, I'm maybe about to learn a harsh lesson about how well the Initiate's Companion lines up in this format. And maybe because I have Trial, I want to lead with Steward. Just to go wide. Because it depends. Depends on what the colors they have. If they play red, I guess I'll have to assume that they're more aggressive, red or white. I'll probably just have a single basic land drop to go off of. And if they're more aggressive, I probably want to play Steward of Solidarity. And if they're less aggressive... Okay. Red. Oh. So many good 2-drops here. Well, with that, I think this is still the play. We'll start going wide. I don't necessarily want to protect this. Okay, red-black, interesting. Alright, so I'm definitely going to want a blocker for that, and that was great. Actually, I think... Oh wait, no, I was thinking I had the 3 converted mana cost guy that gives a -1/-1. In that case... I guess I'll just take 2 off this. Curve out. Yeah, this guy's just a beast. I should be able to do this at any time, so I will not attack. Keep my options open. It's probably removal spell. I mean, I saw him mousing it over there. This guy is a bit of a magnet. Okay. Question is, how greedy do I get with this trial? Definitely taking this all day. Whoop. And, okay, make a 1/1. You don't untap. That's cool. Okay. I guess we'll just play this guy. reason not to attack first. Don't have a great mana efficient play. But this is our most aggressive and resilient threat. It also exerts, which combines well if we decide to play Trial of Solidarity next turn. Which I think we will, depending on his board. Like if he doesn't put down... Actually, it's not going to be next turn. Because we're going to build up the board a little bit more. That's fine. Wow. Okay, that's blowout. I still think we're going to be fine in the longer game. Oh. Hopefully the video is still fine, but my screen just lost its video signal. Okay, no blocks. Really would be great to have a land here. I think we will offer the trade. Kinda getting our creatures a little off kilter here. In fact, because of that, I think I will. Maybe it's just a Feral Prowler, actually. I could use some card draw. This kind of makes it frustrating for him to attack because I can combo up a couple 1/1s and a Feral Prowler. So I'm really clogging up the board here, playing into this Trial of Solidarity. If I can just get my mana. Okay. Now I have to be thinking of life total here. I can trade off... I don't want to trade off this guy, so I'm going to use him now. And I think I will actually block like this. Go to 12, that's fine. Now, does he have a removal spell? How bad is it if he does? Not that bad, because then I just don't take a lot of damage. He either kills this and I draw a card, or he kills this. So I'm just going to let him use a removal spell on me. The other option being block him with another warrior. Okay, that's a problem. This is not the land I wanted. Okay, but next turn is gonna probably be our Trial of Solidarity turn. Which means we have to think about, do we want this 3/1? I think we just want the 3/1 to block this guy if he comes in. And then we can't get in with anything. Hopefully, with 5 creatures out, Trial will kind of turn the game around. I guess we can always pump the brakes, depending on what he plays, and go even thicker on the board. But I feel like at that point, we're just twiddling our thumbs too much. Yeah, he's got reach. Yeah. So I think we're gonna force the issue a bit. Get a forest here. Land is great. So now I want to play Trial. Exert. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. Okay. Untap target land or creature. Oh wow. I wish I could respond now. 'Cause then could have made an extra 1/1. Well, I guess we'll just do that. Oh, missed that interaction. Sorry, buddy. That is a bit of a bomb. Okay, so if I don't attack, by creature with power 2 or less this turn. Ah, okay, he's just dead on board of that. That's fine. I can get in with these guys. Doesn't really matter because he can't block this with anything he has. And that's game number 2. Alright, so we missed this interaction here. Doesn't have any lifelink, right? Guess that's kind of loose. Good game. Alright, yes. Bronze tier play. This is my second draft of Amonkhet Remastered, so it's probably an appropriate rating. Let's keep going. Alright. So I liked my 2 drops there. It's a bit tense. I like the 2 aggressive-ish decks against each other. Play there. Really got to find your spot to, figure out who's the beatdown and when that changes. This seems great. Got a 2 into 3 into 4, hopefully. Play this on turn 1. Get up planes, and let's see how good this guy is. Just feel a little self-conscious. I'm not sure whose turn is it. I think it's his turn, but... sorry, I think that was my turn. But I lost track while I was talking, so just to be safe. Leak some information there. Let him know I had a planes. Alright. It's fine. So far in this hand it looks like the untap. Oh, okay, well. He can choose to mess up my curve, or he can choose to take my 4/4. He chooses to take my 4/4. In that case, I will just play this now since he knows about it. It exposes it to sorcery speed removal, but he can't use counter spells, so I don't know, a minor thing. I'll play this guy out. He probably has a plan for it since he knows it's coming. Yeah. Blue-black control deck. He hasn't played a single creature yet. Okay. Interesting. So, when he dies, he could transfer the 1/1 counters, which kind of presents a natural 2-for-1 here. I'm wondering if the play... Okay, so I think the play is... Obviously we don't prevent damage because 1/1 counters, -1/-1 counters aren't damage, but I think the play is to attack in and then Mighty Leap whichever one he doesn't block. Okay, Countervailing Winds is each card in graveyard. He's got infinite cards in graveyard, so it doesn't matter if I play out this land. So let's just go, yeah. So we definitely want to attack. And actually, I like this one more anyway, so I'm just gonna right now try this. I could get blown out by a counter spell or remove a spell. Okay, now that I think about it, that was a terrible play. I'm gonna play this out so it doesn't get discarded because I do want to build up to 8 mana. Because, yeah, when they fall off. So I definitely should have Mighty Leaped the Cheetah. And in fact, maybe just considered even... Okay, well, I kind of have to take this trade, even though he's already got value for it. I'm getting a bit ranched here. Yeah, that was a clear misplay. Not thinking about -1/-1 counter stick around. And this feels like I'm pretty dead. Now it's kind of annoying that I have Sandworm Convergence in my deck, because I kind of have to keep playing. But it is quickly becoming the only way I can win. If he ultimates this... I guess if he ultimates this... Alright, well... Whoops. Guess it doesn't matter. If he ultimates this... then I lose, because even if I draw Sandstorm Convergence, it's going to be countered. Game's not going to go that long where I can build up 2 spells. Alright, so really, really that misplay was costing me in a big way. And now this game is all about Jace and Sandstorm Convergence. He's got 4 cards on hand, he's got this Haven Initiate, which will not become a 4/4, right? It'll become a 3/2. Yeah. And I have to be careful about Exert too. It's interesting. He can block with that, even though this won't die to the Exert, it will die to the -1/-1 counters. He sees that play. It's okay. Alright, this gives me an angle against the Jace ult. I still can't cast Sandstorm Convergence. Sandworm Convergence, but I will be able to cast all my creatures through the counter thing, but wow. I love his deck. Doomed Dissenter. That's pretty sweet. Gravedigger is just one of my favorite old school cards. It's pretty slow and clunky, but oh my gosh, he's got 3 Gravediggers? Oh, did he Gravedigger for a Gravedigger? Alright. Last chance is next turn to draw the Sandworm Convergence. I still think we win the game if we draw it. Got a 5% chance to win the game, assuming he doesn't have a counterspell hand. And we don't draw it, and we lose. Alright. So that would have been a very different game if I didn't make that terrible, terrible misplay. And that's why thinking those things through matters a lot. Okay. 2-1, not feeling too bad. That was a pretty sweet controlling deck. I'll definitely keep those card choices in mind in case I ever get pushed into blue-black. Because black seems to be open pretty frequently. Okay, so looking at this hand, if this was 5 lands, Feral Prowler, and a Sandworm Convergence, I might be inclined to keep, just because it's that strong. When I look at this hand, I think, oh wow, I'm almost at Sandworm Convergence manner, but that could be the bottom card of my deck. And this is a pretty terrible aggressive hand. I mean, it does curve, but if we just go land, it does nothing, so I'm gonna mulligan into something hopefully stronger. I feel like I have to take this. Seems maybe a bit greedy to get rid of a land, so I'm just gonna get rid of this 2-drop that's gonna come down off curve anyway. We really do want a plains. And ideally some more creatures. Like I would like a strong 3-drop. So that I'm not forced to play this on turn 3 in case it doesn't have any good targets. Forest is the worst draw in our deck. At least Sandworm Convergence gives us something to draw to. Forest doesn't really get us anywhere. Alright, so what are we hoping for now? We're hoping that he plays some 2-drop that I don't feel terrible killing. Like a strong 2-power 2-drop. And that I feel pretty terrible about killing, so I'm glad I at least drew a creature. Oh. Well. Perhaps that was the right play. I meant to exert though. Just talked about that last game. Oh, 3-color greed pile. Okay. Now we do have a target for our cartouche. It's not a great target, actually. So I'm not going to take it. I'm going to be very careful to exert attack with this. Neither of his creatures can block it. Well, now they can. Learning something else. Supernatural Stamina, not a card to ignore. With graveyard triggers or ATB triggers. It's pretty sweet. And I'm about to get ranched by a second blue-black control deck. Okay. So if I attack with this into this board, he just kind of blocks there. It's a pretty easy block, so I think I can't cast this. Do I want a 5/4? Now, what'll be interesting here is if... You know, actually, maybe the play is to cartouche this, then attacking with both? Do I cartouche the priest? This is kind of tricky. I think I do cartouche. Man. That doesn't... Problem is it doesn't allow him to attack past the priest. So I think I will just kind of go all in here. That was so annoying. I do just want to get the most power on the table as possible. Now I could attack in. He'll take that trade all day though, so I won't. I'll save this as a big trampler for next turn. Hopefully he doesn't have a bouncer removal spell. Well, bounce would be fine, actually. Final cut is what I don't want to see. Also, because of my lack of planes, I had to sequence these in the way that I don't like. Because now there's my only cartouche. I'm not getting any rebuys off of this. Okay. Well, oh, welcome to the show. I'm gonna attack in with this guy. I feel like he's got some sort of trick. And then the question is, we'll see what he does. Question is, do I want to cycle this? If I hit a forest, I can play this. If I hit a plains, I can play this. Okay. Is this gonna let me assign damage? Let's see. Auto assign combat damage. Let's take this off. Because this guy's dying no matter what. I'd rather assign it all to the Anointer Priest. This feels like a pretty advanced play, I guess. But you don't have to assign damage to both, and I don't want this guy to die and come back. So I'm just going to assign all to the Anointer Priest, so he doesn't get all those triggers. Play out my Pride Sovereign. And tell him to go ahead. So basically, by assigning all my damage to the Anointer Priest, I prevented him from getting a 2-2. Because this guy would have come back anyway. So I'm pretty happy with that play. Alright. Dig for planes. Oh, man. Supernatural Sound was only one. I think because he's at 20, like my instinct is to attack here, but like I don't want any more of those shenanigans. And I think we can go wide on him. I mean, I don't know what he's fleshing white for exactly. Maybe he does have a Wrath, but I feel like it doesn't really make sense to expose this guy. I don't know. Doesn't matter. When he's such a strong long game plan, so I'm just not going to attack. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be fearing the third supernatural stamina. 4-color greed pile. Wow. Wow. We've got a plan here. Our plan is cycle this. Our plan is actually draw planes. I'm just gonna take a damage. I'd rather he expose himself a bit. Okay, our plan is now cycle this, draw planes. Expose this now. I think if Well, no, he could still have it. This is pretty conservative, but look, we're even on cards. Clearly his deck is meant to be more controlling. And maybe he's got some bombs that I should be worried about. See, I'm not scared about it by any of this. Okay, now where does this -1/-1 counter go? I think it just goes on the Prowler. Because eventually we want to kill this. Am I attacking? Yes? Should have waited until after combat to play this because now he has more information. He knows he can't really counterattack profitably. So, more inclined to trade. Yeah, finally give him that 2/2 that he wanted. That's fine. Really just scared about him tapping all of his mana. But otherwise, I can eventually draw 3 more lands and Sandworm Conversions, or I can draw planes. Start going really wide, get him with Trial of Solidarity. Any planes is pretty great for me. I will block this all day, every day, and in fact, I think I just want to draw to that planes, so I'm just gonna take these blocks. Not sure if he had a trick or what. Why would he do that? Okay. Well, there goes one of my plans. Again, playing a little bit loose here, giving him all this information. Okay, so I have to give him Ronus' Steward. That's fine. Guess we're holding on to this for a bit. Now he's more the beatdown. Now I'm the beatdown again. Uncrop Champion. Not a lot of stuff has 4 power. Ooh, this is gonna be a nice combo. Yes, I'll have to trade off, but oh boy. Okay, so there's the bomb I was worried about. Does this have first strike? Wow. Alright. Sandworm Conversions can still beat this. Otherwise I have to hope that he aggressively trades off his board and then oh jeez. Maybe Sandworm Convergence doesn't beat this. It's got so many abilities. Can't even read them all. So was he drafting green, white, and then opened a Scarab God? I was like, yes. Yes, please, this is what I want to be doing. First strike, lifelink. Okay, the game is pretty over at this point. If it dies, it just goes back to his hand. I mean, he'll lose the first strike and lifelink, become a 5/5 again. That was a beating. Sure. This doesn't really do anything. I'm losing 3 life a turn, 4 life a turn? No. Alright, that's gonna be enough. That's a lot of mythics. Oof, that was painful. Alright, maybe I should have taken a more aggressive approach there with my cat. I did make him show it to me, but this is best of 1, not best of 3, so that information is kind of useless at this point. Alright. Let's see, in the 2 and 2 bracket. We got 2 drops, this is great. We do have a double green. So I think this Evolving Wilds will find a forest. Don't think we have any double white cards. Whoop. There we go. Okay. We now have an interesting choice of 2 drops here. 3/2 can't be blocked, at least next turn, but can only attack once every other turn. This one, kind of similar unless he misses a creature drop, and this one just starts creating 1/1 warriors. I'm gonna go with this. If he stumbles, this is better. This is the most upside play. Otherwise, they're similar. This one is the weakest to random -1/-1 counters or 1-powered creatures. But even if he has 1-powered creature, I can just exert. I failed to consider actually interaction with Ornery Kudu because I'm never putting a -1/-1 counter on this. Now I'm kind of oddly hoping for another 3-drop. Because we'll attack there. Yeah, I really didn't think about sequencing there because I could make this a 2/3, but that's kind of poor. So I'm actually gonna go for this play now. Get a little wide. Focus this guy on warrior creation duty, and then be able to drop a Kudu next turn. Alright. He kinda got me there. If we had sequenced the other way, this would have a -1/-1 counter on it. He would kill this, but then he couldn't attack in for the 6-point life swing. So I think it was definitely correct to lead with this 2-drop into Kudu. Alright, yeah, so now he's getting us with his Binding Mummy. But he doesn't want to attack? Oh no, yes he does. Okay, so now I can't even keep a Mighty Leap. I definitely just want to play out this guy to trade off with his mummy, and then this guy to get in. Again, I'm not thinking because do I want to attack with this? I think the answer is yes. Well, actually no. The answer is no, because I'm more controlling. He then has the choice of attacking in to push for damage, or keeping back, and if he keeps back, then this game becomes about making 1-1s with stewards, setting up for a Mighty Leap blowout, and more likely I'll just be sending in these guys. It's close. It's close. I guess this is a good reason. Well, no, because then you just tap down this, yeah. This is hard. Okay, definitely trading off the 3-1 if he attacks. Probably not trading off the 2-2. Okay, that's super aggro. I am just going to trade off the 2-2s because he'll get him for 3, get me to 11. Is there another play? It doesn't. I can lose more blockers if I want to, but. And then I could potentially get him with Mighty Leap. I won't be getting him with Mighty Leap this turn. Because we're just going to keep going wide. Bye-bye, Sandworm Convergence. You are not the path to victory this game. Wow. Okay. Go block, block. Take 9. No, take 8. But then he'll have 2 2-2s. It's actually just not worth it to attack with those guys. Champion. Look at that body. Ah, man. I guess if this was the trial, okay. I am fine with this. I mean, he could have a removal spell. And he does, and that's pretty bad for me. Kinda gets rid of my Mighty Elite plan. And now I'm in a little bit of trouble. I can't take this damage. So I think I will... I think I will not force him to attack. Do I want to trade a 1/1 for 3 damage? No. I don't. But this combination of discard and aggro is kind of rough. In fact, I don't think I have many outs to this bad anymore. Just a 4/4 is kind of a huge problem, to be honest. Kind of have to get in with that. Guess we'll hold this back just for a little bluff. But my blocks will be 1/1 on 4/4, 3/4 on 2/2, and I'm dead in 3 turns. Think of a way that leaves me dead in less turns, though. And that's how this deck is going to end. Let's see. Get it for 3 to 11. Chump with that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So the play here is to attack with the Ordinary Kudu. Make a soldier chump. Hope to draw the trial. Which is not my graveyard. Good. Hope to draw a trial. Be able to get in with these 2 guys for 8, 9, 10, 11. And he doesn't even go for that because he wants a blocker. Okay. Sure. Not missing anything, right? Okay. I don't think trial is enough anymore. Good on him to see that I could chump block and playing around it. And yeah. I am super dead. Close game. Close game. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I never would have gotten to Sandstorm Convergence. Alright. And we'll make him have it. Or not make him have it, but make him actually do the attack. Haha! Good game. Alright, well, that was fun. Not a great showing. I feel like I learned a lot about the cards, but let's see, lost to a close game with a black discard aggro deck and against a couple of blue-black control decks. So yeah, that'll be that. Thanks for watching.